What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be installing a front mount intercooler on my 2013 Genesis Coupe. I'm pretty excited. I waited about like 2-3 weeks for this to come in, and this is the Turbo XS. I got it from their website. I was gonna get it from a third party website, but I was like, you know what, I'll just go all out and get it from the actual website. But yeah, here it is. It comes with a crash bar, so I'm gonna be taking off the old crash bar and putting in this new one, and you mount it onto the core. So that's crash bar, so you can mount it onto the core. And then yeah, it comes with all the piping, the couplers, and you know, like all the clamps and everything you're gonna need. But yeah, it should be kind of easy to do. You just take off like all the old stuff and put in the new one. But yeah, I might have to take off some stuff to make it a little bit easier. And yeah, this one's gonna have like it's gonna be like relocated, the blow off valve. So instead of here, the blow off valve is gonna be on this side instead. And yeah, let's get to it. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is take off the front bumper, just because we're gonna have way more access to like the pipes and the core and everything there if we take off the front bumper. But if you don't know how to take off the front bumper, it's just 2 bolts under here on the side, and the same on the other side. And it's gonna be an 8mm socket, and yeah, it's gonna be for both sides. So one on this side and one on this side, and then yeah, you just pull the bumper off. And then there's these clips right here. I have this tool right here. You just like pop these off, and then yeah, so we're just gonna take that off first. All right, so now we have the front bumper off, and you can already see how much more space it gives you with taking off the front bumper. You can get to right here. And I think we are gonna have to relocate the power steering line or something like that, because it came with some in the packaging. But yeah, the other thing is that it didn't come with like a booklet of how to install it, so I am basically gonna have to kind of wing it. So yeah, it shouldn't be too bad though. And already looking at it, this is like the core is already way smaller than the new one, so we should see like a big difference in power. And then we are gonna also have to take off the crash bar, which looks like it might just be these bolts, to be honest with you. Like it might just be these 4. There might be some under, maybe. But yeah, I'm gonna be trying to kind of like figure it out as I go, and then kind of update you guys on what I did. And then yeah, but first things first, what I think I'm gonna do, I'm not really sure if I want to start off from up here or down here. I think first I'm gonna just get what's easier. I'm gonna just start taking off this. So yeah, I'm gonna just do that first. I'm gonna take off those 2 bolts off for right there, and then take off the 2 bolts on this side, and then just start taking off the clamps, and then just move my way up to here, and then obviously move my way there. So yeah, let's just do that first. So for these 2 bolts, they're gonna be a 12mm socket. I already took one off. I used an extension for this bottom one just because this power steering line kind of got in the way. Which, now thinking of it, I think I should probably take this off first. I'm gonna take it off after because I already got these off. But yeah, we're gonna also take this off. We're gonna take that one off, and then we're gonna take that one off just so we can pull this line out of here. And then yeah, we can take these off. So all right, so I took off the power steering line. So it was just connected to the 3 bolts. It was one right here, and it was a 10mm bolt, I believe. Let me check. Yeah, it was a 10mm bolt. So it was one over there, one right here, and then one right there, as you can see. And then yeah, I'm pretty sure we're just gonna take off these clamps and then take that off. But yeah, I took off these on both sides, as you can see. It came off on this side, and on this side also came off. So now we're just gonna work our way up. So what I think I'm gonna do, I think I can take this all off in one piece. So I'm gonna take it off right here from the turbo. So I'm gonna just grab some clamps and unclamp that. As you can see from the turbo side, just take that off, and then yeah, let's start off by just taking off this clamp and then move our way down. All right, so I took off that coupler off. As you can see right here, there's the turbo right here. And what I did is I unclamped it, obviously. So I took that off, or I moved it up, and then I grabbed like a screwdriver and I got under here and I like pried it up like this. I used this part as like kind of like leverage. So I put it under here and I like just kind of like lifted it up while pulling, and that helped to get it out. And yeah, it made it kind of easy. So now, as you can see, this whole thing just kind of like wiggles. You can see from the bottom it just wiggles. So it's all gonna be like one piece. So now we're just gonna disconnect this, which goes into the intake. So we're just gonna take this off, and then we're gonna disconnect this that goes into the blow-off valve. So yeah, just take this off, and then this whole piece should just come up. It's just like one single piece. All right, so I took off the pipe that goes into, or the hose that goes into the intake. So yeah, I just got the clamp, moved it back, took this off. Also took off the little piece that goes onto my blow-off valve, and it's actually one bolt right here. It's going to be a 12 millimeter as well. So just take this off, and then this whole thing should come up. And you see, that's kind of like the thing that kind of sucks, is I'm kind of having to guess. I was trying to take this off and I was like, oh, there's the bolt right there. So if there was like an instruction, we would be able to know like how to take this off. But good thing I'm making this video. That's why I make these videos, so you guys can see how to do it like easier, instead of trying to search on how to do it. But yeah, it's gonna be a 12 millimeter bolt right here, and then we're just gonna lift off this whole thing. All right, so I ended up taking that all off. As you can see, took it all off. It's right here, and see there's the blow-up valve, and then it's right here. And to pull it out, I took off this bottom end, which connected to right there, the core. So I took this little piece out, and as you can see, it's kind of weird. It has like these kind of like clamps. I don't know what kind of they are, but what I did is I got some vice grips, and then I just kind of twisted them loose. As you can see, it just ended up going loose. And then so it was just this piece. So it was just this piece right here with the blow-off valve, and then I kind of just like twisted it and just pulled it out. But yeah, there's that half. So now we just gotta do the other side. But first, what I'm thinking is, I don't know if I want to do the crash bar next, or I think I might just, yeah, I think I'm gonna just start taking off this side from the throttle body just straight down. This one might be a little bit more complicated just because it has like, see a sensor right there. We're gonna have to take off that sensor on both those sensors. You can see right there, the green bolt right there. We're gonna have to take that off, and then yeah, we're gonna have to take all this off too. But yeah, I'm gonna start taking this off and then start pulling that out. All right guys, so I ended up taking it off. As you can see, took it off. Here is the piping that went to the throttle body right there. And yeah, we're gonna need to transfer focus. We're gonna have to transfer this sensor onto the new one. And for the sensor, you just press it down. You see right here, you just press it down and pull it. It's pretty easy. But what was hard is taking off the coupler from the throttle body. It was pretty hard. So I was doing the same thing again with the flathead, and I was kind of getting in there and like prying it. As you can see, I left splash marks, but I'm telling you, it was pretty hard to like take it off. So I was using that as leverage and just trying to pull it at the same time. But yeah, I think what's just left is the crash bar and the core, and I'm pretty sure it's just those bolts, but I'm gonna try taking it off for now, and then I'll let you guys know. So for the crash bar, it was these bolts that I was talking about. So it was these 3 bolts, and then there's one under. As you can see, there was one right here. So yeah, it was a 2 12s and then a 10 in the middle, and then that's another 12. So it's gonna be 4 bolts on this side, and then it's gonna be the exact same on the other side. As you can see, it's like it's wiggling off. I just have the 1 bolt on that side just so I can show you guys. But yeah, what I also did is I put a baggie with the bolts, because I don't think it came with hardware, but either ways I'm just keeping them just to be sure. If I have to reuse them, I will. And same with this side. I'm gonna bag it up and mark it. And also forgot to mention, if you're not gonna do it all in one day, I put a towel in there. Even if you gonna do it all in the same day, I suggest you do that just so nothing falls in the turbo. You don't want that failing on you. But yeah, once we take off this crash bar, there's gonna be a bolt to take off. Once we take this off, there's gonna be a bolt to take off the core, which is right there, as you can see it right there. I'll show you guys better once I take off this crash bar. So yeah, just those 4 bolts, and then take off this whole thing. All right guys, so there is the crash bar off. As you can see, it's right here. There was some like zip tie clips, as you can see, like right here all around. And yeah, just make sure you cut those before taking off the crash bar, because it was onto this wire, which is for the horn, I guess. Yeah, so you cut those off, and then you pull off the crash bar. Now the last thing we need is the core, and it's just going to be these 2 12mm bolts on this side, and then the same thing on this side is just going to be the 2 12mm bolts. And then yeah, that whole thing should just come off, and then I'll do a comparison of the OEM one and the Turbo XS one, so you guys can see the difference. But yeah, I can already see it's a huge difference. But yeah, let's take that off. All right guys, so that's the intercooler off right there, and that's the Turbo XS. And you can already see, just looking at it, this one's like twice the size, almost twice as the size of the OEM one, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, the width size, they're about the same. Like they're almost the same. I think it's just about like a couple centimeters, if not like an inch bigger width size. But yeah, damn bro, I'm so excited to put this on. I've been needing to put an intercooler on, and I just been lagging it. But yeah, that's everything off. Actually looking at it now, I think we are gonna have to remove the power steering line and put it in with the new one, because it did come with the new one. But I think I'm gonna put on the new crash bar and the new core first, and then I'll take that off and then, you know, set it up. But yeah, yeah, let's start putting on the new parts. We are gonna install the crash bar first. As you can see, here it is. It still has the same 3 mounting bolts and the 4th one down there. So so it's just gonna go on like this, and then this is where the core is gonna go onto on both sides. And yeah, so we're just gonna put this crash bar on first, and then yeah. All right, so I was trying to put in the crash bar and it didn't want to fit. And what I did is took off this side. You see this plastic piece right here that's next to this. So this actually comes off. You just push it up and then it comes off. So it's just like a plastic piece. So it was on both sides next to the, I'm guessing, the airbag sensors or some type of sensor. But yeah, just take this off, so then you can kind of have a better fitment, because it wasn't letting me put it all the way against for the bolts. So yeah, just take these off, and then you should have enough clearance to put on the new crash bar. All right guys, so I put the crash bar in. As you can see, there it is. Doesn't look too bad. The only thing is I did have to reuse the bolts, and this one I couldn't even fit it back on there, as you can see. But it was still, I put it on pretty tight on the top ones. But on this side, I was able to get that one and then get those 3 on. And the only other thing is, as you can see, I had to move my like horns a little bit out the way, because it was kind of like hitting against it. So I like unloosened it a little bit and moved it up, and I moved this one up a little bit too, and then I kind of just like pushed them out the way, and then I was able to fit the crash bar in. And then yeah, I was able to tighten everything pretty good, except for that bolt right there. But yeah, now we're gonna put the new core. As you can see, there's like holes in there, threads. So yeah, we're gonna put it from the bottom. So we're gonna put the core from the bottom, and then we're gonna put bolts and tighten it from the top. And yeah, it's coming along. Oh, also, I did get like this stencil thing, because as you see, it's just plain. But if I have like this stencil thing, and it says like Turbo XS. Hold on, let me show you guys. Alright guys, so this is what I was talking about. This is like a stencil, so it just says Turbo XS. And what you do is you put it on here, and then you spray paint it, so it'll have like the Turbo XS instead of just like the plain like core. So yeah, I'm gonna do that later on. But yeah, now we're just gonna put this on, and I think it's this side that says Turbo XS. I'm guessing that's the side that's gonna face towards the front. And yeah, so we're gonna get some bolts. And speaking of bolts, Turbo XS didn't supply me with the hardware, so I did have to go buy my own to mount it on. But the good thing is that they have a paper like of everything that should be in the box. So in the hardware, it says hardware kit, and then it says that I needed a M8 by 1.25 bolt. So I just got that. So I mean, it wasn't too big of a deal, but I just wish it came with it instead. But yeah, let's just install this right now. All right guys, so I spray painted the Turbo XS stencil like I was showing you guys, and damn bro, that shit looks clean. I just like spray painted it in the middle, and you see how much better that looks now instead of just like the plain core. At least for me, it looks so much cleaner. Damn bro, that shit looks sick. But yeah, that's the whole core mounted on there. Yeah, like I said, you just put the core up. I had someone help me, so you just put the core up there, and then you just tighten it up. You tighten up the bolts, and you do that with these 4 bolts right here. And then yeah, that's the core. Next should just be the piping, and then we should be done. So all right guys, so I'm actually gonna keep the stock power line, just because the other one that they sent in is kind of weird. That, see the power steering line, I don't know how to do with that, but I'm gonna just keep the stock powered steering line, and it looks honestly way better. I'm gonna put it on, but I'm just putting on the pipes first. And yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rubber couplers, and I used a 90-degree one right there for this one, and I also used another 90-degree one right there. And I'm pretty sure this long piece, this long piping right here, this one's gonna go for on the intake side. So we're just gonna put it on like that, and then it should be able to go all the way up top to the turbo, and then we're gonna run another 90-degree one on that. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. If not, then I'll update you guys, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is. But yeah, make sure to put on the clamp on both sides of the couplers. And yeah, so just put the 90-degree one, and then put this long piece onto that one. I think I'm gonna put it in first, and then put everything on after with the couplers. But yeah, let's put this long piece on this side first. All right guys, so I got this side on. As you can see, there's connected to the turbo down there. It's connected. So this left side, so this was the one long piece, and you just want to make sure like the longer piece goes up here. And so I put it up from the top, so I put it up this side, and then I kind of wiggled it all the way down. And I just had the jack there just so I made it a little bit easier, just because my car's kind of low, so I didn't really have that much space. But yeah, I had to just put it in from the top side and put it down. But yeah, it kind of sucks because it was a tight fit. As you can see, it kind of like scratched up like the polish kind of look. I think I can like buff it out though, hopefully, but they are kind of deep scratches, but you know, it's whatever. But yeah, so it was one elbow on this side and then another elbow on this side, but the one up here, it's a smaller one. It's kind of like this one. You see how it's bigger on one side and smaller on the other side? That's how it's going to be for the 90-degree, for this 90-degree one. And the smaller side of the coupler is going to go to the turbo, and the bigger side is going to go to the piping. And yeah, that should be it for that left side. Now we're going to move on to the right side. And then, oh yeah, about the power steering, yeah, we're just gonna have it mounted back up there and mounted back up here. So I'm gonna just do that last, just so it's not in the way. But yeah, now we're gonna do this side, which I'm guessing this side, you can see this coupler has the bigger side and a smaller side. I'm pretty sure this side is gonna go to this one, to the throttle body, and then it's just gonna go down and then these pipes. But yeah, I'm gonna install that right now. All right guys, so this part right here, as you can see, this is the part that's gonna go right here. This is gonna go to the throttle body, and as you can see, this hole is for the blow off valve, and this other one is gonna be for a sensor, and the sensor is gonna be right here on the other pipe. So just take that off. Yeah, you're gonna take this off. These are two 10mm bolts, and yeah, you're just gonna put it on this one right here, as you can see, and then this is gonna go your blow off valve. And as you can see, this coupler right here from the OEM one is like a bigger side and a smaller side, so that's the type of coupler we're gonna get. So yeah, we're gonna put it like this, and then we're gonna put everything onto this one, and then don't forget to connect the sensor. Remember the sensor, we're gonna connect it back onto that spot. All right, so I'm actually gonna start from the bottom just so I can make it a little bit easier. And yeah, once you have this rubber coupler on, you're gonna put on this piece, and for the right side it's gonna be the longer part standing up. Focus. The longer part standing up, and then the curved side is gonna be on the bottom with the tube, with the coupler I mean. So it's gonna be like that, and then this should be standing facing upwards, like next to the belt right there. But yeah, let's put this part on first, and then we'll put on the other piece. All right, so I got that on. As you can see, there's that connected to the elbow, and then it comes right here. This is the tube right there. And now what we're gonna do is put this coupler, it's like a level one, it's not bigger on one or the other side, and then we're gonna put that to the bottom side of this part of the pipe, and then yeah, connect that piece, and then yeah, it's gonna go in like that. We're gonna connect the sensor, which is right there, connect that back in there, and then put on the blow off valve in there. And then for this, to the throttle body, we're gonna use this coupler, which is gonna be like the bigger side and a smaller side. And then I think this is just an extra one, I think, because I don't think there's anywhere else to put this one, so I think that's just an extra, hopefully. But yeah, we're gonna put on this piping on right now. All right guys, that's what it's gonna look like when everything is all together. And damn bro, this shit looks sick. And you can see I put this on, and then I got the blow off valve on there too. And damn bro, this shit looks so sick, especially this part right here, how this pipe just goes over the intake. Damn bro, this shit looks sick. And then I really loved how that turned out right there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now we're gonna do is just turn it on, make sure nothing seems off, make sure nothing's leaking, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna put the bumper back on and then show you what it looks like with everything on. All right guys, that's what it's gonna look like with everything on. And damn bro, that shit looks sick. It looks so good, especially with the Turbo XS stencil that I put on there. Damn, yep, that's what it's gonna look like. Everything fit good. Yeah, I didn't really have any like fitment problems like when I put the bumper back on. Everything cleared pretty easily, so that's a good thing. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna close the hood. And yeah, that's how she's gonna sit right there. Ah, dude, that looks so amazing. That looks so good. But yeah, leave a like if this helped you out. Subscribe for more Genesis content. And yeah, see you on the next one.